Hey guys, Keilan here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back to see me. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my curly hair starter pack. Just some products I think that are essential to having if you're trying to transition from having kind of damaged or broken hair to getting your hair to the best and healthiest it can be so that it can flourish and be at the curls that it can really get at. So when I first started transitioning my hair, YouTube was such a big help, and I know that it's kind of oversaturated with curly hair products, curly hair styles, curly hair, kind of the same thing that I'm going to be talking about. It's kind of overly saturated with that stuff, but I just wanted to take it a little old school today and just bring back like what helped me when I first started watching YouTube to help my curls out. So I'm just going to be sharing what I think, and again, you can do what you want to do, but this is just what helped me and what I personally think is what got my hair back to the best health that it can be. So if you guys are curious and want to see what I'm going to be talking about, keep on watching. So for starters, I don't have any on me, but for starters, coconut oil was a big help for my hair. I used to be obsessed with coconut oil, and I would deep condition with it. I would use it as a styler. I would do as much as possible as I could with coconut oil, and I truly believe that that is what really helped my hair get back to the healthiest that it could be at. Like I said, I don't have any on me because I kind of have slacked off using it. I've kind of like replaced it with some other stuff, but definitely when I was transitioning, that was such a big help, and I truly believe, I know that like that was like the most talked about thing for curls, is to use coconut oil. And you probably have heard it millions and millions of times, but it really does help. I know it helped me. So definitely get you some coconut oil. That's definitely going to help you. Coconut oil or olive oil, just oils, period, to help like a hot oil treatment, or just to let them actually just soak in your hair as a deep conditioner. Best thing that I had ever discovered when I was trying to transition my curls. Next, I would like to talk about your shampoo and conditioner. You definitely want to make sure that you don't have a conditioner or a shampoo that's going to be, instead of helping, hurting your hair. You want to make sure that you're looking at the ingredients. And I know I don't strictly follow the curly girl method because I still straighten my hair at times. I get bored. So, and I don't always use products that don't have silicones or sulfates. But if you're transitioning, you want to make sure that you're paying at least attention to the ingredients that you're putting in your hair. So look for shampoos that are sulfate free, don't have any like silicones, and a keyword or keyword that you can look for in the ingredients are any ingredients that in cone, and I'll try to find them and put them in this video, the words that you should look for. But if you can't find, and I know sometimes products are a little more expensive that don't have those ingredients in it, if you can't find products that don't have like silicones and sulfates, just be careful what you are putting in your hair. Take more of a consideration of what you're putting in your hair, because ultimately that's going to have an effect on your hair. I know there are some products out there that are a little more affordable that do try to cater more to curly hair. So I'm not the person who doesn't always use silicones or sulfates. Like, there are products that I do use, but they do have an effect on your hair. When I was transitioning, I tried to stay away from those types of products because my hair did not look good when I would. Now that my hair is kind of more in a healthier state, when I do use products that have like silicones in it, it's not too bad, or if they have sulfates, not too bad. So I do truly believe it depends on the state of your hair. If you do decide to use those types of products, it may not work, but don't throw them away or anything. There's a reason why curly girls have tons and tons of products, because we're product junkies and like to hold on to all the products that we get. And because sometimes they may not work one time, but if you give them a chance, they may work another time. So it is okay occasionally to have a sulfate shampoo, in my opinion, because sulfate is going to remove all the buildup that you put, you know, all the buildup of products that get on your scalp. You do want to cleanse your scalp, because ultimately if your scalp is clogged up, your pores and everything, hair is not going to grow and it's not going to be its healthiest. So you want to make sure that you are cleansing your scalp. Let me just throw this out there. I am not a professional, but I just know that this is what actually has helped me. Occasionally you want to really deeply cleanse your hair. I wouldn't recommend using them all the time, but occasionally you do want to kind of like just get rid of all the buildup in your hair. Just pay attention to the shampoos and conditioners that are out there that you're putting in your hair, because you want to make sure you're putting the best and what's going to really help your hair get to the healthiest it could be. When you're choosing your conditioner and shampoo, kind of look for words that or look for products that specialize in moisturizing, repairing, really just conditioning, something like that, because you want to make sure that your hair is getting the most moisture that it can get. And also you want to kind of find out what kind of what your hair type is. You can have low porosity or high porosity, and that actually is good to know, because you want to find out how your hair receives the most moisture that it can get. It's key kind of to know what those are and what they do, how they affect your hair, because like I said, it really helps help you find out how your hair receives moisture, because ultimately curls need moisture. Sometimes a lot of time there's breakage is because there's not a lot of moisture in your hair. So you definitely want to pay attention to products when you're looking at shampoos and conditioners, mostly conditioners that specialize in moisturizing your hair and conditioning, because that's kind of like the last step before you start to style your hair. So you want to make sure while your hair is wet that it absorbs all it can before you start to style. Next, I would say you need to make sure that you have a good, or you want to make sure that you have a good leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioners, I would say it is more of a stickler when deciding if you should use a product that has silicones in it or not. A lot of times if there is a lot of silicones in that product, you'll find that it's going to be there's going to be really good slip, which is something that you do look for in a leave-in conditioner, but you don't want silicones in that, because that's going to just create a coating on your hair shaft, and it's not going to allow all the moisture that you're putting in your hair with like your styler, all that. It's not going to allow those products to get into your hair so your hair can absorb the most moisture that it can get, and then go just end up with dry hair or frizziness. So you don't really want that unless you know that's something you want, but I just wouldn't recommend going that way. You want to make sure that your leave-in conditioner is just like pretty much like your conditioner, and is going to be moisturizing, conditioning, repairing, because that's just the next step, and it's going to just really moisturize your hair and after you condition. So just look for products like that. If you're looking for a really good leave-in conditioner, this is one that I would recommend. This is by Garnier, and this is the whole blends line that they have. This is the replenishing leave-in conditioner with olive oil, and this one is silicone free, and it says it's no way down and intensely nourishes and softens your hair. And I actually really like this. It has a really good smell, first of all, which that's something I absolutely love. With all the products that I do put in my hair, they have to smell good. So this one does smell really good, but this one's really affordable. It's maybe, I say the highest it probably is, depending on like your grocery store or wherever you shop, maybe $6, but this is a really good product. This one by Kinky Curly, this one's a little more higher in price than that one, but this is the Not Today Natural Leave-In and Detangler. This is definitely such a good product, and I know when I was transitioning, this was like one of the products that everybody was raving about, and is definitely a really good product. So definitely look into this one. Has really good ingredients, definitely silicone free, and it's just really good ingredients. I definitely would recommend using this. And these products definitely give you some really good slip without having the silicones in it. So just really good ingredients. Again, just pay attention to what you're putting into your hair, because ultimately that's going to affect how healthy it's going to get, and if you're trying to retain your health of the health of your hair, that's going to be affected too. So just pay attention to those key little things. Next, I'm going to talk about styling your hair, or the styler that you're going to be using to style your hair. So the leave-in is kind of like the base, and then well, depends on what kind of hair texture you have, which is another good thing to look into to find out what your hair texture is. I know I'm between probably like a 3B and 3C curl texture, so I have more I don't know, more ringlets. It's definitely a tighter curl, it's not a loose curl, and with that being said, my curls can handle more weight, and there are, like, if you have finer hair or looser texture, sometimes your hair can't really handle as much weight. And when I say that, I mean like if the products are a really heavy product or a lightweight product. So that's something to pay attention to when you're looking for your styler. Sometimes some people can stop at their leave-in and not have to apply their styler. Me, on the other hand, I have to apply a styler and even a gel. Just make sure you're looking for a good styler that caters to your hair. This is one by Shea Moisture. This is definitely a kind of curly girl starter pack product, because this was definitely something that a lot of curly girls were raving about when I was learning. This is more of a thicker consistency. They do have one that's in more of a bottle form, and that one's a looser, but this is the Curl Enhancing Smoothie. And I think the other one, the bottle form, I used to use that one, but I was like, well, my hair can actually take a little more weight. And this one's a little more, in my opinion, more moisturizing. So this is for thick curly hair, which is what I have. And again, ingredients are really good. And again, a key word in there, moisture. It has, it kind of aids for anti-frizz, moisture, and shine. So another good reference and product that I would recommend if you're looking for a good styler, definitely a good one, because you want to make sure your hair is getting moisture. That's such a key word when dealing with curls. You want to make sure your hair is moisturized. There are so many different methods that you can use when you are dealing with curls. There's so many methods out there, such as like the lock method, the curly girl method, where you don't use the silicones or sulfates. And then you can just make your own. I've kind of taken a little bit of everything that I've learned, kind of just adjusted that to what my hair can handle and take. Every curl is different, so you kind of have to learn a little bit about your hair and learn what other people are saying and just make it your own. So the one that I kind of use and I've kind of made my own is the lock method, which is leave-in, oil, and then a cream. But I also add in a gel. I like for my hair to be really defined. And so on top of the cream styler that I use a gel. And a really good gel, this one's kind of beat up, but this is the Miss Jessie's Jelly Soft Curls. This is a really good gel and one that I would definitely recommend. Definitely a little more pricier, but it's definitely a good product. If your hair texture is similar to mine, my hair is kind of dry, so it's not like the biggest that it can get, but this is typically my hair texture and my curl pattern. So if your curls are a lot similar to mine, I definitely would recommend using that Miss Jessie's gel. It's really, really good. Like a cheaper alternative to that would be like this Aussie Intense Freeze, but it does have Make sure. See if I can see. I'm not sure if it has silicone in there, but I still would pay attention to the ingredients that you are putting into your hair. This one has the Miss Jessie's has no sulfates, mineral oil, a lot of other stuff. It has pretty good ingredients, so I definitely would recommend, just period, overall, everything I'm telling you, just pay attention to what you're putting in your hair. Ultimately, that's going to affect how your hair transitions and how fast your hair transitions. It's the awkward phase, which I'll put a picture in here somewhere how my hair was. I know it's awkward and you're like, oh, why can't my curls just get to where they need to be? But it takes time. You have to nurture your hair just like you would anything else that you want to flourish. You have to nourish, and anything worth having takes time. You know, if you're really wanting to get your hair to the best, it's going to take time and patience. Trust me, I'm speaking to myself too. I've had to learn that over the years, and finally I just really received it and have taken my time and just taken care of my hair. Last but not least, I would definitely stress on, when you're transitioning, how essential it is to make sure you're deep conditioning your hair. I know that's probably like a song that everybody sings, and you kind of start to wonder, is that really true? But it really is true. When I used to deep condition so regularly, but I kind of got away from that. You know, life happens and you don't always get a chance to just cater to one thing. So I've kind of gotten away from that, but I really need to get back into that because it's so essential and you really do see results. When you take the extra time to deep condition, and I know it's like, an extra step, but it really does help. This is one by Shea Moisture. They have a great line, or different collections that cater to different things, but they have really good products to use, and I really like Shea Moisture if you can't tell, but that brand was really a really big brand that I noticed when I was transitioning into my curly hair, natural hair, and I really like the ingredients that they have. So if you can get your hands on their products or really any good deep condition, make sure you're paying attention to the ingredients and those keywords: moisturizing, replenishing, repairing, conditioning. So many good ingredient keywords that you want to make sure that those deep conditioners have. You just want to make sure you're taking that little extra step just to add some more moisture to your hair, and you definitely can do that after you've washed your hair with shampoo. You can, instead of using your regular conditioner, you can use like a deep conditioner. I always do the extra steps, so I do shampoo and then conditioner, and then I put in my deep conditioner just for an extra step of moisture going into my hair, because it's so important. If you don't listen to anything else in this video, make sure you just pay attention to moisturizing your hair. That is key when you are transitioning, because ultimately that's going to help your hair bounce back to what it needs to be. I also wanted to mention to make sure when you're sleeping that you're protecting your hair too. I sleep with like a bonnet on my hair. I put my hair up in a pineapple and then I put a bonnet over my hair just to protect, because you don't want your hair kind of rubbing against anything like cotton or anything like that. Mine's a satin bonnet, so you just want to make sure that you're protecting your hair. What you're putting work into, you don't want to ruin it by the way you sleep. So you just want to protect your hair and make sure you're wearing kind of like protective styles, just protecting what is growing and flourishing. It's going to take time, but just make sure that you're protecting those curls too. So that's it for this video. I hope this video is helpful, and again, I just thought it would be cool just to share some things that I've learned over the years. I know when I was learning, YouTube was a big help to me, and I just wanted to kind of give back in that way and help someone else the best way that I could, if you're in that transitioning phase. So definitely comment down below and let me know, or let all of us know in the community, what are some tricks or tips that you tried when you were transitioning, or if you're still transitioning. I definitely am still learning. My hair's not at its best that it can be, but it is at a good state right now. But I would definitely take in the tips and tricks that you know as well. But don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll put that handle in here. Thumbs up the video and subscribe, and that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.